Hello there, welcome back to France. Last time we basically bashed the Ottomans quite severely. We grew Albania fair bit, which means that today we'll basically be taking a little bit more calmly. We're going to be protecting Albania more or less. I've also made a decision concerning the new series. Due to some of them requiring a tiny bit of planning from my side to actually make sure these achievements go problem-free and having limited time since the start of the semester and a lot of things to fix, I've decided that I will play this to the end, probably a little bit more chopped up than usual. But with that said, the plan is more or less to continue this, and in the meantime I'll start slowly but surely on the other achievement run, which I still haven't decided what will be yet. So yeah, I'll be starting that one up, and as soon as I have probably 4 or 5 episodes, just to make sure that I have a proper start, that I don't get version 200 for instance, I think we'll be fine. It's basically the start that's going to be the difficult part, making the right decisions there. So if I end up having a failed barrage, I might make one episode where I basically explore what I did wrong, because that's also a learning experience. But anyways, the war here with the Ottomans is over, and with that we now need to protect Albania, because they, are now in a currently very fragile situation, I guess you could say, where basically they have to core a lot of land. So I'll place my troops a little bit throughout the country, and we'll try to smash any rebellions as soon as they appear. Ottomans no longer consider us a rival. How mean of them. I thought we were the greatest of rivals. But anyways, as I said, in terms of Europe, what we're going to do is basically just secure, if you will, we're just going to secure the mainland here, and I'm going to cut the Pope free because I don't have as much use for him. I'm going to cut him free basically as soon as we reach how should I put this? The Pope is going to be cut free from his bonds as soon as we enclose Europe, because then we'll not be getting too much aggressive expansion in Europe anymore. So it's basically just to make sure he doesn't get too pissy with us. So all in all, it's not really that big of a deal, but it could be worth it. Just keep it on the down low. So with that said, we're going to of course fabricate claims and prepare. Already rebels are popping up, so yeah, I think I might have screwed myself a little bit here, but when you consider the fact that we do have an incredible military, I don't think it will be that much of a problem to deal with these small rebellions as they pop up every now and again. So of course I could definitely be mistaken, so we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Okay, this is going to be a chore if it's going to be this often. And the rush is rather big. Yeah, I think I went a little bit too aggressive here on the taking of the land. But again, these forces should be able to handle it in most regards, or perhaps not. Wow, this is going to be hilarious. I just need to see what happens. To be perfectly fair. Worst case scenario is that I need to keep my doom stacks basically on the border, and then as they get attacked, we'll move in. But I do hope that Albania is coring some of this land. Coring this one for sure. That one. Yeah, they're working on coring things, so it's just keeping them from sieging. That's going to be a challenge here. I think, as I said here, the Doom stack is probably the better thing to do, because it's just easier to keep everything under control with a stack of Doom. So I'm going to be using that in Albania. We're probably going to have just a tiny bit of peace here because of that, and we'll see what happens. My embargo on the Ottomans is currently a problem, so we'll revoke that because they're no longer my rival. But yeah, as I said, I think we're going to play a tiny bit peacefully here, and we'll see what happens. In terms of the idea, we're going to continue both of these, I think. The diplomatic ideas here, I should have taken this one earlier. Diplomatic reputation +2 will speed up the annexation here of Denmark quite severely, as you might imagine. So it uses 5 diplomatic power each month now, and I'm pretty sure that can go up quite a bit once I start basically getting rid of the subjugation of the papacy. That's -2 diplomatic rep, and I believe I have one called another nation thing here too somewhere. Annex subjects -3, as you can see. That's going to last for another 3 years. So we might just keep the Pope, because once we have no annex subjects, it's going to be at an 8, and if after that it's going to be at a 9 if we add in the Popery. But anyways, international nobility, might as well just get that one. Diplomats +1, pretty good. I'm tempted to get some admin ideas here because we are pretty far ahead in admin tech, and let's just go ahead and take 2 of them, because as I said, we're not going to be conquering too much land, so we don't need too many of those points for coring purposes. Available mercenaries +50%, possible advisors +1, should also be helpful. Next one is going to give me admin tech -10% cost, as well as goods produced modifier. Both of them are going to be useful. We will not be taxing anything in terms of the colonial nations, we'll just, well, leave it be more or less. But as I said, so far the plan is to more or less just bash into whatever enemies that appear. So they should be easy to deal with, but we'll have to see. With that, I'll leave you guys. Well, I'll go rebel bashing on my own, and if anything interesting happens, I'll show you. I might go ahead and just vassalize Russia to take on Lithuania, but I have no idea if I want to do that or not, so we'll just have to wait and see here. Anyways, I'll be right back. Funnily enough here, it seems that I have my perfect opportunity here to make some gains in the Holy Roman Empire, because of the fact that Brandberg Brabant decided to declare war on Burgundy, which means that in theory, Gelre and the other coastal alliance should be more than ready for basically a war here. Milan and Burgundy. Burgundy won't really be that much of a problem. They're currently busy with Burgundy. And hilariously enough here, Poland will join in on my side, meaning that they will help me with the Burgundian threat. Milan should be very easy to deal with, and as I said, it does shoot Burgundy because of the troops I have in the area. Austria might be a little bit of a problem child here. They're currently at war with Switzerland, Aachen and Lorraine, but they have Bavaria, Frankfurt, Magdeburg, the Palatinate, and of course Gelre as their allies. But again, I don't think that should be a problem, so let's just go ahead here and declare war for said land. And let's see here how things end up. Currently, this is the war board, and let's just be perfectly honest here, this is an incredibly not frightening war board. Let's just be perfectly honest. And we'll just slowly but surely siege our way here. We also have pretty much control over Albania now, so I'm going to pull one of the forces that are there as basically a peacekeeping initiative out. But for the time being, we will go ahead and I think appoint a new leader here. Should be fine. How's my heir doing? He wasn't too good, was he? 333 and 234. We're going to make the heir into general. Just see how good it is. And he isn't that good, so let's see how the king is. Not that good either. So we're going to use the heir this time. And we're also going to take a couple of ideas here. First and foremost, we have noble resilience. Cost of reducing war exhaustion -20%. Basically meaning that we're almost done with aristocratic ideas. And we'll take the diplomatic one here. Flexible negotiation. Province war score cost -20%. If I had that against the Ottomans, things would have gotten very different with the NPs. But that's another story. Frankfurt joined in, which is interesting. As you can see, I've claimed Defender of the Fate, which gives some pretty good bonuses here. Tech-wise, we don't really have any problems. So the +5 to tech cost doesn't really matter. But we get an extra missionary. We'll get some war exhaustion loss even during war. And, well, some morale to both Navy and Army, so I can't really complain about the bonuses. They are pretty good, they're pretty neat to have. So with that in mind, we're just going to continue what we have been doing here, and we'll see how it goes. I am pretty sure we will win this pretty easily, and I'm also hoping of breaking Austria to a point where we'll not be joining into my war with Utrecht, nor my war with Oldenburg. That will most likely happen right after, where we'll take these 2 provinces here. It's going to be quite interesting to see it, because as you can see, a lot of the nations that stood out are now joining. Although Bavaria is the biggest one of them, they don't really hold that much force, especially when you compare them to me. And also, I was about to show you here the troop counts. I have more cannons. I actually have more. Yeah, I have more horses than they have regular troops. Or my alliance has it. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Most of my troops are elsewhere, as you know, but that isn't really a big problem. I might want to put some generals on the sieging stacks / add some more troops to it, and we're going to do just that. Going to send these guys to the mountain there, so they can be basically a quick response unit, and these guys are going to be joining the. Oh, so you're doing that then? You guys meet in Bretia, and you guys can retreat to Dalmatia. Land movement blocked by a hostile fort. Okay. Didn't make any sense, but if you say so. Anyways, we're going to put the king here, Charles, in charge, and we're going to just try and break through that. Shouldn't be too careful. It shouldn't be too problematic. The Eden Agreement. In 1786, William Pitt the Younger signed an important commercial agreement, the Eden Treaty, with France. It was in keeping with the argument made by economist Adam Smith in his The Wealth of Nations, 1776, that Britain should be less economically dependent on trade with America and become more adventurous in exploring trading opportunities in continental Europe. So I can refuse to sign it, take 5 prestige points, England will hate me, and I can sign it. England has been trolls, but we'll sign that thing. The funny thing is England is still alive and kicking in the New World. And they would not trust us to die properly. That's some faith they have in us. But anyway, so as I said, we are going to continue what we have been doing, which is basically this war. And there we go. The Bavarian force was completely and utterly annihilated. We might actually lose this battle. Yes, we will lose that battle. So they're joining up their forces to try and beat me here in a decisive manner. I have no idea why you're running that way when you have the capital basically right next to you. Austria was re-elected, which is not a it's not, well, too surprising. But let's just be perfectly honest there. Once Milan is out of the war, I can start moving on to the, well, other more troublesome electors, if you will. Burgundy is someone that definitely also needs to be destroyed, so we'll see how we want to handle that. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here. We're going to continue this war next time, and I'll try to make the other episodes a little bit longer. I just have something I need to take care of before I go to bed. So I'll see you all later today, and as I said, I'll try and get the 3 videos out, but they might be a tiny bit late. We'll have to see. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, sorry, later today. I meant tomorrow as in... Never mind. Goodbye. Hope you have a nice day, everyone.